There are many people that think they know me, just like they think they know you.
But he's now so diminished that his entire focus is stopping his MPs holding the sword of Damocles above his head. Perhaps even literally in the case of the Leader of the House.
Penny Mordaunt has been all over the news recently with rumours of a coup to replace Sunak as the Tory leader. But who is she? Well, we know she held the sword at the King's coronation.
It was the Lord President of the Privy Council and Leader of the House of Commons, Penny Mordaunt, who unexpectedly stole the show with the dual sword of offering during the service.
Fresh from that serious arm workout, Penny is here to tell us all about her time in the royal spotlight.
Hi, Penny.
I mean, there's been memes, you've been all over the internet.
I am
you've literally broken the internet, Penny, but what a privilege to do what you did.
It was a huge privilege.
But holding a sword doesn't make a leader. We're going to go back to her astounding stand-up speech at the last Conservative conference. Here she stirs the idea that there's a cabal of evil lefties determined to undermine Britain and all it stands for.
Right at the point when our brilliant nation should be focused on the new opportunities ahead, when it should be thinking about the future, taking the long-term decisions to guarantee its success. Be in no doubt what is at stake. These people will erase everything we have achieved. They will deny Britain all it can be.
From the party that is dragging ordinary people further into the recesses of despair. Now get ready to stand up.
So if you remember nothing else from what I have said today, remember this. Stand up and fight. Stand up and fight for our families, for workers, for the protectors, for the wealth creators.
Yeah, because the wealth creators have had it real bad recently.
Stand up for those that take responsibility. Stand up and fight for all those people that voted to leave the EU and those that voted to remain and accepted the result and wish our country well. Stand up and fight for your communities, for Scotland, for Wales, for Northern Ireland, for England.
Communities are falling apart under the Tories, just like the Union.
Stand up and fight for the freedoms we have won, against socialism, whether it is made of velvet or iron.
Socialism gave us the NHS and the welfare state. Why would we stand up against that? Now for the craziest part, where she seems to be aiming to channel Churchill.
Have courage and conviction, because when you do, you move our countrymen, our communities and capital of all kinds to our cause. Stand up and fight, because when you stand up and fight, the person beside you stands up and fights. And when our party stands up and fights, the nation stands up and fights. And when our nation stands up and fights, other nations stand up and fight. And they stand up and fight for the things upon which the entire progress of humanity depends. Freedom. That is what Conservatives do. That is what this nation does. Have courage.
In the end, it sounds like it would be chaos. Everybody standing up fighting. I mean, there's enough infighting in the Tory party. If everybody else was standing up fighting this unknown enemy, they'd all start turning on each other and it would be a bloodbath.
Bring hope. Stand up and fight. Stand up and fight. Thank you, conference.
Click here for Penny Makes a Joke.